Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our second ever virtual homecoming celebration for ViRitual. So my name is Christy. I'm size 16, and tonight I'll be one of your co-hosts. And I was happy to co-host this year's event. This is supposed to be actually my first official homecoming. Unfortunately, while we couldn't make it in person in the past year and a half, where we have had so much time that we've missed with each other, it's so important for us to reconnect with each other and with Queens. So I'm happy to be co-hosting tonight and hope that everyone has a great evening.
That's great. And my name is Kaz Nyongabo, and I'm Psi 11. It was just a great opportunity to be able to give back to the school. My friend Will Panel asked me if I'd be interested to host, and I thought it'd be great doing something back on campus. And of course, like Christy said, it would have been great to be there in person. We have over 274 people joining us tonight, which is pretty exciting. And there's going to be a live feed for that you can participate in. You can find it on the right-hand side of your screen. But before we get started, I want to acknowledge that Queens is situated on traditional Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee territory. We're grateful to be able to live, learn, and play on these lands. I'd also like to mention that the Queen's Vice Principal Advancement, Karen Bertrand, and Lee Callan, Associate Vice Principal, Alumni Relations and Annual Giving, plan to make a stop at some point to say hello. So look for them on the event chat.
Okay, so tonight we're going to have a poll. It's located on a tab on the hand side of your screen. And I'm going to read out the first poll question. So our first question is, what year did you graduate Queens Engineering? We just want to get a sense of who's in the audience tonight. So if you want to select your year on the poll that will appear. I think we're just waiting for a bit while it shows up. I'm actually intrigued to see who's in the audience this evening.
That's really fun. All right. Okay. Well, there's still some results coming in. So while we wait, let's introduce the signature drink. It's called the GPA. And next, let's watch a video of a bartender making the drink.
Hello, everybody. It's Kevin DeLuzio here. I am the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science. And we would love to have you here, as the image on the screen, enjoying an in-person ritual at Clark Hall. But unfortunately, we are still in the midst of this pandemic, although emerging, I want to say, hopefully with these vaccines. So let us take you up the street a little bit to the newest building on campus, Mitchell Hall. This is an incredible facility that was opened 3 years ago. It includes student wellness, all kinds of the international, all kinds of student-focused areas, as well as engineering spaces for research and teaching and makerspace and others. But where we are right now, we're taking you into Ingenuity Labs. This is the newest research center of Queen's University and Queen's Engineering, and it's where AI happens. It's the application center for artificial intelligence, robotics, smart sensors. We have a team of researchers from across all of engineering working in here, and indeed across the university. Incredible space that you see me in here now, which is basically an open bay space where the researchers can play with their toys of robots and drones and what have you. We're really excited to have welcomed 5 new Mitchell professors into this research center recently. And I see something happening behind me here. This is one of the robots moving about. I don't know if it has ulterior motives or I should be worried about this or not. I'm just looking into the chat here as well. Oh, this isn't indeed a very smart device because it has brought in a beer. Spearhead, one of our local people. Thank you very much, Mr. Robot. It has brought a very nice local beverage to enjoy this evening. So I hope you guys have a beverage of your choice as well. And again, we're really looking forward to when we can do this in person, but we have an extremely exciting itinerary for you all tonight. I'm getting distracted by looking at the chat. It seems we have Rob Noble, a head of physics, is here, Sci 91, and I see our provost is here as well. Mark, nice to see you as well. And keep the chat going live. Dave Gordon, good to see you. And I'll turn it over to my hosts here for the next part of the session. Welcome, everybody.
That's great. Thanks, Dean DeLuzio. The first question I want to ask you, could you tell us about a typical week in the life of an engineering student in the fall of 2021? Are students able to have some of the same experiences they would normally get on campus?
Hey, that's a great question, Kaz. I'm extremely proud of what we did last year when we had to pivot completely to remote learning and do everything online. It was very difficult on our students, on our staff, on our faculty, but we were really creative in the solutions that we brought to bear to deliver the best education we could. Some experiences we even held on campus. So, but knowing how hard that was last year, it made bringing the students to campus this year such a high priority. We knew we couldn't do this again. So we started planning way back in before the early spring, in fact, how to do this safely and get the students back, putting the academic programming as a priority. So the students are back. The entire engineering program is in person, but it looks a little bit different. First of all, because the students are masked while they're indoors, so we're getting really good at reading eye expressions. The second thing is we've got basically 2 years of first years on campus. So it's not unusual to see second-year students who are lost on campus and trying to find their way around campus and what to do. We were able to have, although we did primarily the orientation activities this year were remote, we did have some orientation activities in person. And we're really excited that as the academic rolling out has been so well, and campus is so safe because of, again, the high vaccination rates, the masking and other policies, we've also been able to begin clubs and student competition activities, because you all know how incredibly important. These aren't an add-on to engineering, they're an essential component. So we've got those activities starting up again. And so campus is looking more and more normal, and the students are just thrilled to be here in person.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, next question goes over to me. So, hi, Julian Deluzio. Good to see you again.
Hey,
So, I understand that you're going to be launching some new strategic priorities for the faculty in the new future. So, I just want to know what's in the plans. Can you provide us with a high-level overview of what some of these priorities are going to be?
Absolutely. You know, we started a strategic planning process last year that's culminating into the plan that we'll release this fall. And it was an incredibly rewarding experience to go through that planning process because of the high level engagement that we received. Our alumni response, for example, was higher than anything our consultant had ever seen in terms of alumni responding to these things. And the guidance and the feedback that we received from all our constituents, students, faculty, staff, alumni, employers, really helped us to identify the real strategic direction for the faculty. And without going into a lot of detail, there's three broad areas. One is in research, to really increase the capacity for impactful research. You saw what happened, the great news last year around Queen's placement in the Times Higher Education around the sustainable UN Sustainable Development Goals. Well, a lot of our research focus is going to be built around supporting and driving those areas even further in terms of resilient infrastructure, for example. We look at education. We really look to be at the forefront of engineering education innovations. So what we're really talking about there is, you know, curiosity-driven, challenge-based education that does those same things, that appeals to those grand challenges related to the UN SDGs, and that looks to cross disciplinary boundaries. This Ingenuity Labs here is a great example of that because it crosses all of the boundaries in engineering, and in the core of it, this artificial intelligence, or if you like, data science, there is a feature that should be part of all of engineering. The other aspect of that of education, of course, is we've been really building out and being really intentional about career preparation for our students. Our internship program has been incredibly successful, and we're going to do more in that area to provide more career support, professional support for our students, and to increase the number of students that can take advantage of that internship year. And the last element that I'll touch upon briefly is the incredible important role of increasing the diversity of our community and providing more support to that. We're calling this engineering for everyone, and there's a double play on that because we know the mistakes engineering has made in the past when we've engineered without including everyone. The first generation of airbags are a good example of that didn't consider the stature of women. We also believe that engineering, especially when you consider the impact that engineering can have on society and the grand challenges that we're facing, we really need diversity at the table to produce better designs. So those are the core areas of it, but I'm really excited to hear more feedback as we release that plan in details in the coming months.
Great. Thanks, Team Deluzio. Sounds like a great plan that you have going on here, and looking forward to seeing what comes of it, and also looking forward to seeing more news about Queen's Engineering in my newsfeed in the near future. Over to you, Kaz.
Awesome. Thanks, Christy. So next is really, how can alumni help the faculty right now? I'd like to mention a few things. Like, there are certainly a lot of relevant links at the bottom of the page for anybody that's following through the event. There's a lot of opportunities to help supporting faculty, including faculty equity and diversity, inclusion, indigenization, EDI initiatives, student mental health initiatives, and of course, there's a gift to the class funds and the Dean's Excellence Fund. And of course, since nobody's traveling, we could also donate the money that we saved by not having to travel to Kingston this year.
I love that last idea. You see, Kaz, you answered the question really well. how can you help? There's so many ways. I mean, a great example is the help that many of our alumni helped through our strategic planning process last year. But I'll offer a few things. First is join the Global Engineering Network. This is a networking app that we have that is basically a way that you can connect with your fellow alumni, but also where you can connect with students. So there's mentorship opportunities and other opportunities for you to take advantage of that could really benefit our students. Of course, the other, speaking directly to the that internship program that we have growing. You know, last year when the pandemic hit and we were about to send all these students out for internships and co-ops, we were working across Canada with other engineering programs, of course. And co-op programs saw a 30% drop in their co-op placements at the start of the pandemic. And instead, Queen's Engineering saw a 50% growth in our internship programs. These things are really valued by industry as well as by our students. So you can help by connecting with our career development office and hiring one of our internship students. And if you wanted to donate some money tonight, I can tell you that we have launched an equity, diversity, and inclusion and indigenization fund that has gone to support. We have a program manager in that area. We've created space on campus for a Black engineering group. We're supporting more of our efforts around finding pathways for Indigenous students to join Queen's Engineering. So if you wanted to donate to that fund, it would be just awesome.
Thanks, Dean DeLucia.
You're welcome. Okay. Oh, I have guests now with me. Go ahead. Okay. There's a bit of a delay when I look on the screen, so so I'm being tagged to get it. So yeah, I hope you can see. I have this again. Being in this research institute, the element, the core of that work and the excitement there is the work that our graduate students and our students do pursuing research. So I want to turn this over to the students at this time. I want to introduce, where are my names here? I want to introduce the two students. We have Heshan Fernando, welcome, who's a postdoctoral fellow who works for Dr. Josh Marshall, who's the director of Ingenuity Labs. And we have Emily Bujea, I hope I pronounced your last name okay, here as well. And she's an undergrad from Electrical and Computing Engineering who is also working with Heshan on this research project. So over to you.
Sure, thanks for having us here. We're working on a pretty interesting project that kind of encompasses the spirit of Ingenuity Labs in terms of collaboration. We're working with civil engineering, actually.
Oh, cool.
On a project that's using AI and robotics for stress and infrastructure monitoring.
Oh gosh, this is with the new third crossing.
No, actually, this is for
this is in general.
with the National Research Council.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And in particular, we're focusing on railways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been pretty interesting. My background is in mechatronics and robotics, and I'm trying to design this robot to automate the process of this data collection that they're trying to do. So it's been really interesting working with people from civil, learning a bit more about the sensors and the data that they use for the monitoring aspect of it, and then using the scientific knowledge that they have and combining that with the algorithms that we use for AI, how we can improve the models that they're trying to build.
That sounds really exciting.
Yeah. So, and on the robotics side, we are actually trying to design and build a robot to automate this data collection process. So over the summer, we actually hired Emily to work with us, and she is from Electrical and Computer Engineering. So I'll let her tell us a bit about what she's been up to.
So working at Ingenuity Labs has been a fantastic opportunity. Just the resources and everything that I've had access to in this space has been great. There's been no limits to kind of my creativity in this project. It's been great working with Heshan because we've kind of been able to complement each other's skills. I'm in electrical engineering and focus a lot on hardware, whereas Heshan is in mechanical, and we kind of meet in the middle at mechatronics and robotics. So it's been a really great opportunity this summer, especially the multidisciplinary stuff throughout this project.
That's really exciting. Are you thinking about perhaps entertaining graduate school after this experience?
Possibly. We'll see. We'll see who will take me with my grades.
I put you on the spot there, Emily, and so good answer on that. You know, this is so much of the work that we're doing in this area. It's all about the students, so it's really great to hear from the work that you're doing, and it's so exciting for me to see undergraduates getting exposed to research during their undergraduate studies. Thank you very much.
Okay, so now to the next question, which would be, did you purple back in back in the day? So I think one of the memories that I can share was dyeing myself purple when I was on FREC committee and just trying to find a way to sleep without like you couldn't sleep straight on because of like the crazy hair, so it was just sleeping on the side and not touching anything in the house. A lot of the housemates that I had thought that it was interesting. All right, so now the results are in. So yes, 52%, no, 44%. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'd like to introduce the Tricolor Guard tribute video. The purpose of the video is to welcome the class of Science 71 into the Tricolor Guard Society and to recognize all the reunioning classes who are members of the Tricolor Guard Society.
Hello, alumni. I hope you've been enjoying our ViRitual event so far and that you're excited for our next feature. Each year, Queens inducts a class into the Tricolor Guard, a society that celebrates those who graduated 50 plus years ago. This year, engineering is proud to welcome the class of Science 1971 to the Tricolor Guard. This class has shown a huge commitment to Queens through their volunteerism and philanthropy. Please join me in welcoming Sci 71 to the Tricolor Guard and enjoy the following tribute to our existing Tricolor Guard members. Thank you.
So great to see. And we really want to just send a really special thank you to the Tricolor Guard for all of your contributions to Queen's engineering and the faculty over the years. And now I want to just introduce a thank you video that was made by students who have benefited directly from the generosity of our reunion classes.
Hey Queens Engineering alumni, I'm Marissa, the NSOC Director of Professional Development. Hope you're all having a great homecoming weekend. Some of our students have filmed some videos for you, so please enjoy. Happy homecoming!
Hi Science 16, my name is Riot from the Queen's Capture the Flag competition. Thank you for supporting the Dean's Excellence Fund. This fund allows us to get students excited about cybersecurity and introduce them to various fields such as cryptography and reverse engineering. Happy homecoming!
Hi Science 11, my name is Jeremy from the Alumni Networking Summit Committee. I want to thank you for your support in the Dean's Excellence Fund. This fund allowed us to pay for our fun and interactive platform Remo last year, making Summit 2021 one of the most engaging and interactive summits to this day despite its online nature. Happy homecoming, Sci 11.
Hi Science 06, my name is Jack and this is Cameron, and we are the current captains of the Queen's Baja SAE design team. Thank you for your contributions to the Dean's Excellence Fund.
This fund allows us to design, manufacture, and assemble a single-seater off-road vehicle each year with cutting-edge technology. We compete at events across North America. Happy homecoming.
Hello class of Sci 01, my name is Jeremy and I'm the chair of the Alumni Networking Summit this year. I wanted to make this short video to thank you for your contributions to last year's Alumni Networking Summit. Despite it being online, it was one of our most popular alumni networking summits to this day, and that was all thanks to the contributions that you made to the conference. Your donations allowed us to access our fun and interactive platform Remo and attract keynote speakers such as Derek Muller to the event. Thank you very much for your support, and we really appreciate and would love to have you again at the event this year.
Hey Sci 96, my name is Lauren and I just want to thank you for helping support the Douglas Library. It's one of my favorite spots on campus to study with my friends and it wouldn't be possible without your support. Thanks!
Hi Sci 91, my name is Richard.
My name is Alan.
And we're from the Queen's Air Design Team. Thank you so much for supporting the Dean's Excellence Fund. With this funding, we're able to do things like purchase materials and create prototypes for the drones we fly every year at competition.
We've also heard that your class is setting up a fund after your own year's name. Thank you so much for your dedication to Queens and finding a meaningful way to leave your legacy. It is very inspiring for us to see. Have a great homecoming.
Happy homecoming.
Hi Science 86. My name is Isabel and I want to thank you for supporting the Robert Hall Memorial Award and allowing students like me to enjoy Queen's education in Robert's name. You've helped leave a legacy for Robert and we are so grateful for this support.
Oh, I'm back. Hey, I want to say a special thank you to all those students who participated in that video. It was great hearing from them directly. And again, thanks to our alumni to you for this incredible support. And I'm just noticing we have over 150 people here. This is fantastic. Last year was the first time we tried one of these virtual environments to do this event, and we thought it was incredibly successful. But of course, your classes are better because we got more out this year, so you can tell them last year that you won. But let me tell you, the kinds of things that these donations allow for are the kinds of things that really add on that extra special nature to Queen's Engineering. The design teams that you hear about so much, to provide them funding to go to competitions, to buy equipment, to do this. We have the highest level of participation in extracurricular activities of any engineering program. And partially it's because of your support and the way you support these clubs and teams and individuals through the Dean's Excellence Fund. And again, you saw some students talking about bursaries. Over 50% of the students in Queen's Engineering are supported by needs-based scholarships. This gives access to engineering education to students that would not have it otherwise. And for that, I'm truly grateful. I'm just looking down here and I'm shocked by the number. Cumulatively, our reunion classes have given a total of $18 million to the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science. That truly extraordinary support enables us to be the special place that Queen's Engineering is. Again, there's you see the ticker on the bottom, just to remind you where these things are. But again, I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support, and it's the support like this that allows us to truly do the extraordinary things that we're able to do. I think it's back to you, Kaz.
Perfect. So now it's time for the Queen's Engineering Trivia.
Yeah. What's the winner get?
We have 11 multiple choice questions that you will answer along with Dean Delugio. The questionnaire will appear in the Kahoot, so you can see it on your screen. On the right-hand side of your screen, you'll find a code. So that's 998152 that you can type into the Kahoot tab to enter the game. Please enter your real name, as we'll need that to provide prizes to the winner. You will have 30 seconds to submit your answer. The faster you submit the answer, the more points you receive. And please use your real name, as we talked about, to play the game so that we can identify who wins the game. The top 5 alumni will win some Queen swag, and we all know how much we love swag. So let's see how much you remember about Queens and the faculty.
Well, somebody's entered me there.
There you go. All right, so let's see. So we're gonna wait a little bit more before we
jump to the website, I think, is the key.
Get started. There we go. There's a few more people coming in.
Yeah, we'll give you a few minutes to join. No worries.
There you go.
And how do you join again, Kaz?
So yeah, so to join, you enter the game pin code 6998152 in the Kahoot tab. That should be on the right-hand side of your screen.
Oh, they have a Kahoot tab to actually click.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess if people do have the Kahoot app, if you're a frequent player.
Yeah, that's right. You could join on www.kahoot.it.
What are the prizes? Do you know, Kaz? I could offer this wonderfully warm, semi-warm can of beer, but I think the prizes are better than that.
I think so. I don't have the exact.
I'm asking you information you don't know. Well, I'll see if somebody can tell me what the prizes are. I think it's extraordinary Queen swag. Queen swag.
Should be pretty amazing. Actually got one of the Queen's tumblers or was it like a little wine tumbler?
Oh yeah.
Great for camping. I don't know if those are part of them, but it could be.
I wonder if that's in the mix.
Ooh, now I want to play. I didn't know you want a tumbler.
10 more seconds and then we'll play.
And Christy, how you're joining us from New York? Is that right?
I am live
What's
from
it like
New York.
in New York City tonight?
It's great. Great weather. Beautiful. Have a nice view of the river from here.
Nice.
Couldn't ask for anything more.
All right. So this is looks like we've got a few people. All right.
I think we're going.
So now we're going. Okay, so question number 1. Which of the following is not an engineering student team? The Queen's vertical farming team, the mostly autonomous sailboat team, the Queen's Precambrian mining team, or RoboMaster? Back when I was at Queen's, I did the mining games a few times, as well as the Queen's Engineering Challenge, and those were always really fun groups to be part of.
Queen's has done very well in that mining challenge. Games.
All right, so Kevin, which one do you think?
I think they have it right with the Precambrian.
That is right. The Queen's Precambrian mining team is.
I like the play on words there.
All right, over to you.
Oh, great. Interesting. I didn't know that we had a vertical farming team. That's very exciting. See from when I was there. Okay, so trivia question number 2. What does GPA stand for? So is it Great Pickle Assortment, Golden Party Armor, Get Purple Already, or Golden Party Accessory? Interesting choices here. This one, I hope that people remember what this one stands for. Well, I guess we'll see.
This is a rather new name, though.
Oh, is it?
I think GPA is rather new.
Oh,
there it is.
Perhaps.
Yep, the Golden Party Army. I know when I came back to Queens after being away for a while, I had not heard of that term. Maybe it was just me.
I guess so. Well, the correct answer is Golden Party Armor. So, job, most people got it right. I guess some people might have learned something new today.
Oh.
So, back to you guys.
Awesome. Okay, so which class supported the most recent renovation of the tea room? Sci 92, Sci 82, Sci 74, or Sci 79?
Wonder if we have people from that class today. So that's another important aspect. The tea room is open again. They've been running a great business over the fall. I think took them a week or so to figure out how to open and run with all the regulations and considerations, but they're doing a buzzing business without dine-in, just takeout.
That's exciting.
Science 82, thank you very much. The renovations were amazing. There's a Sci 82 jacket hanging up in the tea room now.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, they gave a class gift of $70,000 to renovate the cafe in Beamish Monroe. And the class president, Don McDermott, noted that he hopes that the gift will illustrate that engineering alumni believe strongly in the work that's being undertaken by engineering students on campus, and that students remember the support and pay it forward when they become alumni.
Absolutely. I think it might be Don's actual jacket that is hanging.
Oh, that's cool.
Thanks, Don.
All right.
Oh, Gage.
Wow.
It's good to see our provost near the top of the leader list there with as a Sci 87.
Yep. Okay, sorry. Next question is, when was the first grease pole climb? So was it 1949, 1975, 1956, or 1961? I guess the years are, I guess they missed out on the grease pole climb this year, correct?
2 years in a row, no pole.
2 years. That's a shame. I thought that my year being delayed by 2 weeks was a lot, but something like 2 years.
You guys did it. Yeah, you couldn't climb it the first time you tried. Is that right, Christy? Weather was involved, wasn't it?
That was a weather thing. Weather thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the answer is 1956. Sorry, it's already flashed by.
All right. So the next one, when did Mitchell Hall open? 2015, 2018, 2001, or 2020?
I think I gave the answer in my opening remarks. If you were listening closely.
Yeah, we'll see who was listening there, and I haven't been in there yet, but I was talking to Josh
It's
Marshall.
truly beautiful. If for those of you that remember the old Phys Ed Center, that's the building that was transformed through the renovation of Mitchell Hall. It's an incredible space of student gathering. All the student wellness is here now, as well as the engineering programming.
That's right.
2018. Yeah. That's right.
The building and the programs within it, within Mitchell Hall, are the results of a collective effort. Alumni and Friends of Queens have donated nearly $65 million, which has supported the infrastructure and improvement and programming in the facility. So the majority of this fund came from engineering alumni.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh, there you go. Mark takes the lead. This is exciting.
Okay, next question. When was Queens' first homecoming? So was it 1910, 1899, 1984, or 1926? I do not know the answer to this.
I think this is the toughest question.
Yeah, I guess I said this year was supposed to be my first homecoming, although we technically had a 0th homecoming. Don't know if that really counts.
The 0th, is that the one that you just after you, like the Psi 2 ones coming in now?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's not a homecoming. I don't think that can count.
So the correct answer is 1926. So, fun fact, the first official reunion was held the third weekend of November 1926, attended by 870 graduates representing the classes of 1874 to 1926. So although it's technically scheduled for a whole week, most of the alumni attended only the weekend events, which include the football game on the Saturday between Queen's and University of Toronto, which Queen's won 3-1. So this is the first official alumni reunion. The Alumni Association was founded then and was formed by a unanimous vote by those graduates who attended. History.
Awesome. It always amazes me how many of the Queen's engineers make it back for homecoming. It's wonderful to see you at some point.
All right. In actuality, so which engineering program launched in September 2021? Was it mechatronics and robotics engineering, electrical and computer engineering innovation stream, geological engineering, certificate in mining technology? Now, I think still my favorite class is still the blasting lab with mining engineering. That was a literal blast.
That was, Kaz, I did not know about that before I became dean, and I got to tell you, it's one of the things that I worry about most now, knowing that we have an explosives facility within Queen's jurisdiction, but the students love it. Yes, and this mechatronics and robotics program is amazing. It's a real innovative program that is welcoming its first group of students this fall.
That's right. And the fun fact about the mechatronics and robotics engineering is that the new program offers students a chance to study both mechatronics and robotics in a unique program that brings together 3 engineering disciplines, so computer, electrical, mechanical engineering, through custom new courses and hands-on technology experiences and progressive design projects. Students will think objectively and acquire the skills to succeed in a versatile engineering career.
Yeah.
And Mark holds on to the lead.
Ooh, tough one. Okay, so which building housed the School of Mining and Agriculture, which is now the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science? Is it Beamish Monroe Hall, Grant Hall, Miller Hall, or Caruthers Hall?
So this is where it all began.
Hall.
This is the
ILC.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah. What is the ILC? So this is where it all began.
Yes.
What the first dean? I mean, you probably have some trivia as well, but the first dean of engineering, Nathan Dupuis, was one of the designers of Caruthers Hall. They went touring around in the U.S. to look at other science facilities and came up and designed the building based on what they'd seen. I can't remember who he was working with. So
it looks like actually most people answered Miller Hall. The correct answer is actually Caruthers Hall.
Yeah, Caruthers.
Yeah, they are close together though. But yes, I guess Caruthers Hall was built as one of the original buildings on campus, or one of the oldest built ones. Back when Summerhill and Theological Hall and the old medical building.
The quad.
But otherwise it's one of the oldest. And so it's also the first building at Queen's that was built for only scientific purposes. It was built using money raised by the Jubilee campaign, which more than half of it contributed by John Caruthers, who's a Kingston businessman, who helped Principal Grant in his efforts to convince the Board of Trustees to ask the government to establish the School of Mining and Agriculture. So that's where the name came from.
Fantastic.
So it's like Mark Green knew that one too.
Mm-hmm. All right. What year did the first female graduate from engineering at Queen's? 1952, 1949, 1964, or 1931?
This is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
We have now very excited to have a chair for women in engineering that we established last year. This was again established through an endowed chair. And Dr. Heidi Plug is the inaugural chairholder. It's really exciting to see what she's done over the past year, from engaging with undergraduate students through graduate work, research, and our stakeholders. She's running us, working with WinSet to run a number of programs this year on empowering women in engineering.
Yeah, that's right. So let's see, I think most people answered 1964, but it is actually 1949. That's right. So
yeah,
Nancy,
who was it?
Nancy Scarth Nee Moffat was the first female engineering graduate to complete all 4 years at Queen's in 1945 at the age of 16. Nancy began her education at Queen's and in 1949 graduated from engineering physics.
Wow. I think I met her. Not sure.
Okay, next question. So which class was the first to raise over $1 million for their class fund? Was it Sci 59, Sci 50, Sci 68, or Sci 48 and a half?
It's another great question, because it's about the first and when. One of my favorite classes in here, of course, is Science 48 and a half, because of their incredible scholarship to mature students. When students get this award, which is a really quite a prestigious and valuable, gives the support is quite high. Anyway, they become part of Science 48 and a half. So Science 48 and a half has a legacy of, I think, now 20 students or so that have gotten this scholarship and are part of the award. Part of the class.
Classes are always so generous. And actually, that you're talking Sci 48 and a half. So it looks like people are pretty split on the answer to this one, but the correct answer is actually Sci 48 and a half. And they have such a heartwarming story, right? So for those of you who didn't know, the class of Science 48 and a half began the fall of 1945, the class of 1949. They attended classes year-round for the first 2 years, including summers. And they earned their 4-year degree in calendar years. And the special program was primarily for veterans who were wanting to meet the post-war demand for engineering graduates. So almost 2/3 of the class, who ranged in age from 17 to 27, were World War II veterans. And many of them were actually married with children, so a little bit different than the typical demographic that we see now.
Exactly. It was another great story of engineering, kind of breaking some rules to make that happen. To cram the material in so they could graduate this quickly. They're a very tight group. I think there's still 2 or 3 members of the original class. I met with one of them earlier this fall.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so looks like Green is still in the lead.
Yeah, we're in the home stretch now. So where will you find most engineering students on a Friday afternoon?
They're all at home studying.
At home studying?
That is it.
Coffee with friends, building an awesome robot. Or yeah, I mean, the dean thinks we're all at home studying, and we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
We used to live on like clergy, so that was really, really close to.
That's too close. It's too close.
Okay, so we're split here between Clark Hall and Coffee with Friends, and of course, Clark Hall Pub seems to be the one. So, Clark Hall Pub ritual, like it actually began with beer being sold out of a cooler. It's one of the oldest student-run pubs in Canada, and it's always been a place for students and alumni to relax and have a good time, barring COVID. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming. This was a lot of fun, and it was just a great way to see you all virtually. Let's see who actually won here. We've got, Adrian in second place, and first place is Mark.
Congratulations.
Well done. Oh, yeah, this was a Kahoot.
Yeah. So it's great to read all your comments in the chat, and thank you all for participating in both the polls and the trivia game. And while we missed being on campus this year, of course, it's still great to get together, see some of the spaces in Mitchell Hall, and then also to hear so much from Dean Deluzio. So thanks so much for hosting.
I want to say thank you as well. I do want to give out a shout out to a specific person here. We have Graham Kaiser, who's online there. Graham was a grad of Sci 46. So I think you are the most experienced engineer in the mix. So we'll give, I don't know, these never work, but a virtual shout out to Graham. So glad you're able to join us tonight. I hope you enjoyed this bit of fun and gathering that we could do. I know a number of classes are getting together in online events later this evening. I think I'm visiting about 6 of them, so some of you I'll see bouncing in and out of your Zoom rooms over the night. There's activities tomorrow, I know, so I hope you enjoy those as well. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being such incredible supportive alumni. I wish you my very best, and I look so forward to when we can meet in person. I'm hopeful that we can see each other in person sometime in the next year. Take care, everybody.